And that puts the hot and hot chocolate. I'm leaving. Hello everyone, it's Rebecca here, and apologies for the very bad pun I just did. Hello, I'm bringing you a book haul today, and today's book haul is going to be all of the new books and books I've received from publishers. It is fairly small compared to my normal book hauls because I've split the second-hand and the brand new books, which I'll explain why in my second-hand book haul basically. I received 2 books from publishers lately, and I also have 3 new ones myself. So let's just jump straight into them. This first one, I was approached by the publisher via email and they asked if I would like a copy, and of course I said yes. And that is The Wolves of Leninsky Prospect by Sarah Armstrong. So this one follows our main character, Martha. It's set in 1973 and Martha marries her friend Kit, who is gay, to avoid parental disapproval. Now this works handy for both parties in this because obviously Martha does not need to seek her parents' approval all the time, and for Kit, because he is actually posted in Moscow for the diplomatic service, this sort of covers Kit in terms of he's married, he can hide his sexuality, and in Moscow Martha is determined to make sense of a difficult but fascinating world. She learns Russian, makes the wrong friends, walks the city, and is unwittingly caught up in the underground world of Soviet spies. So this one was sent to me by the lovely team at Sandstone Press, and it comes out in spring 2019, so I have plenty of time to read this one, and it is fairly short. I am actually really looking forward to getting to this one because it's historical fiction that I'm not used to, which it's always nice to branch out a little bit, isn't it really? This next one I have here was sent to me by the lovely publishing team at Pan Macmillan, and this one can be read as part of the Invisible Library series or as a standalone, and it is The Mortal Word? I can't get my words out. This is The Mortal Word by Genevieve Cogman. This one I believe is book 2 in the Silent Library sort of series, but you can actually read them alone, obviously, as I've just said. So I'm just going to read the synopsis off the back because it's something that I'm not going to be able to put into coherent sentences right now. Irene must stay sharp. Her future rests on a knife edge. Peace talks can be tricky, but matters turn lethal when a key diplomat is stabbed. Ooh. This murder rudely interrupts a top-secret summit between the warring dragons and Fae, so librarian spy Irene is summoned to investigate. In a version of 1890s Paris, Irene and her detective friend Vale must track down the killer before either the peace negotiations or the city go up in flames. Accusations fly thick and fast, and Irene soon finds herself in the seedy depths of the Parisian underworld on the trail of a notorious Fae, the Blood Countess. However, their evidence is circumstantial. Could the assassin or assassins be someone no one would suspect? So this one sounds really interesting. I'm pleased you can read it as a standalone, although I do think it might be a little bit confusing. But I am looking forward to getting to this one, and it is actually out now. I have seen it in my local Waterstones, so go buy it, go buy it. So the next one I have is definitely a one that I've jumped on the bandwagon for. Everybody who is anybody on the booktube world knows this series, and the majority of them love it. So that is Strange the Dreamer by Lili Taylor. This cover is hideous, I think. So I've seen a lot of lovely covers around for this one, and this was definitely, it was a cover buy when I'd seen the other covers, and I avoided picking this one up on sort of browsing around shops and things because I don't like the cover. Superficial, I know, but if I'm going to read the book, it's got to have a pretty cover, or I've got to at least find the cover slightly appealing, and this one just I don't like it as much as I like the international covers, so I ordered it on Book Depository and they sent me this one. So that's a problem. So this follows Laszlo Strange, who lives in the world of Weep. Is the world of Weep? No, he's been obsessed with the mythical city of Weep. And a sudden opportunity presents itself for him to go find this mythical city. So I'm quite interested to see what this is like. Everybody that I've heard speak about it online has actually really liked it. They've either really liked it or loved it. There's been very few that have been like, I don't really like it. So I am quite excited to get to this one at some point, although still a bit miffed about the cover situation. The fourth one I have here is a massive book. Like, look at it, it's massive. And there's recently been a TV series created for this one, so I was like, I need to see this. I'm quite interested in it. And again, it's a one that quite a few people have read, and that is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, which still has the buy one get one half price sticker on. Great. However, upon buying this one, I feel like it's a little bit of a new adult version of Twilight, maybe? Possibly. A world of witches, demons and vampires, a manuscript which holds the secrets of their past and the key to their future. Diana and Matthew, the forbidden love at the heart of it. Now, this is a well-known series in terms of a lot of people really like it, and I've just never ever picked it up or thought about picking it up until I realised there was going to be the TV adaptation. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll give it a try. Went to pick it up. It is huge. It comes in at over 600 pages. I literally want to cry because I have this thing right at the minute where I have this fascination with the big books and it's just taking over my life. I do want to get to this one. I'm intrigued, but I do feel like it's probably going to be a more grown-up version of Twilight, as I mentioned, but with demons and witches instead of werewolves. Or possibly werewolves, we just don't know yet. But yes, I don't know when I'm going to get to it. Kind of regretting buying it a little bit, which is a bit of a bummer because I kind of also want to read it at the same time. Conflicting feelings, conflicting feelings. And finally, the last one I have here today is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This one I received as an ebook through NetGalley. It still has the sticker on. And I never got round to it. I did try and start it, but I think it's the format on ebook with fantasy for me. It's a bit much. I'd rather actually physically read a fantasy. Sort of like historical fiction, YA, all that I can read. It's just something about the fantasy that I can't get away with it on ebook, and I think it's because I like to kind of read the past couple of pages back sometimes to sort of make myself understand it a little bit better sometimes. That's why I can't really read this one on ebook, so I decided to pick up the physical copy instead. So this one is a 2018 debut novel, I believe, and opium flows through the heart of the Nakara Empire, a constant reminder of the war with the Federation of Mugen that brought the drug to Empire's shores. The intervention of 3 legendary heroes known as the Trifecta brought the war to an end. Decades have now passed. Peace reigns, yet the poppy remains. War orphan Rin, raised by a foster family of opium smugglers, has fought her way to the place of Singard, the Empire's elite military academy. There she will learn of the drug-fueled magic that could hold the key to defeating the growing threat of the Federation as it prepares to strike again. But the price of some power is too great to pay, even if it means winning a war that might destroy an entire nation. Interesting, okay. So when I'd first picked this up, or heard about it, I requested it and I was really interested. Didn't realise that it's kind of about drugs, which I am now even more interested about it. So yeah, I am hopefully going to pick this one up. I do really want to read this one as well, as I do with most of these, obviously, or else I wouldn't have bought them. This one is kind of probably, other than The Wolves of Leninsky Prospect, it's probably one of the most highly anticipated ones out of this haul. Definitely. Hot chocolate's still too hot, but Harry Potter mug! Whoop whoop! So there we have it. These are the 5 new books I've bought and received recently. Have you read any of these? I'm assuming you'll have read at least one of these, if not more. If you have, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe we can have a chat and you can persuade me to read the book a little bit quicker because I suck. But yes, thank you all so much for watching and I'll see you all soon. Bye! Almost dropped the books there.